So it's Thursday night, it's 2 a.m, so in theory that means that I'm late. And technically I am, but in terms of my perception of time, it's still Thursday, even if I woke up at midnight, so I should probably just like remove a day from my time perception, but I didn't. So usually I film right before I go to bed for a good reason. For two good reasons. First, because that way I can get stuff done in the day before, so I can feel super good when I film and I say, hey, look at everything I did today. And the second one is because mornings are hard. Mornings are shit. And with the fibromyalgia, that means that usually I feel terrible for like the 2, 3, 4 hours that I am awake, and considering I woke up at midnight and it's only 2 a.m, I'm still a little in the fog and I'm still in a little bit of pain, and don't like filming in that mood. Also, my camera decided to be a bitch, so I spent the last half hour fixing it. Because of course. Anyway, so I did stuff. I don't know. Oh yeah, Friday was a fucking shitty day. I went out once to pick up a package, and then I encountered 3 microaggressions, and I was already, not in a good mood in the first place. I was already a little triggered. I don't know exactly by why. Maybe I'm a little on edge for some reason. Maybe it's withdrawal, maybe. I don't know. But it was a shitty day, and I experienced microaggressions, including one asshole that looked me up and down twice, slowly, with his 2 children trailing behind him, and licked his lip. That was disgusting, and I felt ants crawling all over my skin. It was awful. Friday wasn't a good day, so I spent the rest of the day, I think, spent it reading and sleeping, like resting. Saturday was a little better. Saturday was better. I did dishes, and I worked a little bit of misstep, and then I posted, I've been pretty involved in Tumblr those past few days, and one of the things that happened on Tumblr those past few days was a whole experience around the story of Tutankhamun, and there was like 3 posts in a row about how it was actually pretty sad, his life and all, and it almost made me cry. It was pretty amazing or wildly it spread. It was pretty interesting. And so Saturday I wrote a poem on Tutankhamun, and it's pretty sad. And I think I broke a little bit of hearts. I don't have a lot of notes, but I still like it. It's felt like a child's rhyme, and it's pretty cool. I like it. I've been writing quite a lot this week, so it's pretty positive. On Misstep, currently I have only 3 scenes left to write, and so I can move on to another project. I want to finish it because it's haunting me. The truth is, one of the scenes I wanted to keep mostly the same course of events, because a lot happened at that point in the show, in the episode, so I wanted to keep them so I can use those events to keep the the chronal timeline alive and cohesive, but the problem is that Shadowhunters, in the first place, it's pretty badly written. So a lot happens together and they don't really give us a lot of time to handle the emotional impact out of that, and considering I'm making misstep a horrific, and the importance of the emotion and the intentions behind everything is everything. So I can just say everything happens and then, you know, we'll deal with the emotions later. We deal with the emotion now because there's no later, to be fair. And that scene, I wanted to keep it mostly that way, but not keeping Max alive, and instead of keeping Max alive and making him heal, I'm making him die. And that threw out a lot of events consecutive to that, and that makes the intentions behind the characters different, so some of the actions shouldn't be the same, because then that make them assholes to have that action after something horrible happened, like Max dying. It's been quite a pain in the ass, and I fried my brain for 3 days in a row on doing it. And I got a little Sunday. And the truth is, because my brain was fried, there was only one thing that I could actually do, since I didn't want to read, because once I start reading I don't stop and then I don't do anything. So I decided to do crochet. So here's all the things. So for now I have the cape part that is done. That's the first thing I did and it's done. Yeah, it doesn't look great right now. And I have the hood. So last time we spoke I had about that of the hood done, and now half of it is done, and I started the other half of it. And I'm about, I don't know, a third done, maybe half. So I've been doing great, which is a good thing, because as soon as this is finished I can move on embroidery. And that means the cutie mark for Celestia and the jack-o'-lantern face on this sweater. That are the two big projects I have next. So that's good, positive and all. That was not exactly my priority, but it's a good priority, and finishing this means I can move on to something else. So it was pretty neat. I'm pretty proud of that. Also, it's a low brain activity, so I could, like, you know, rest my brain after frying it because of the thick. But because I'm a god, I brainstormed like 3 hours on this fucking scene. I did like list of everything that happened, and I was like, I'm gonna change the order and I'm keep some stuff and not keep others, and I made it work. So now I have a detailed plan of what I'm gonna do with this scene, and so I have detailed plans of the 3 scenes that I'm missing for my step. I just have to write it, which is not the easiest part, but I just have to write it now. So I wanted to finish it yesterday, I wanted to finish it today, I did not. Maybe I'm gonna finish it today, but I don't know yet, because I just started my day really. So I did that until Monday. On Tuesday I printed stuff. So that was positive, because I had like administrative stuff that I needed to print, and one of them was a letter to my mobile phone company so they can reimburse me of the 40 euros that I lost because I didn't have Wi-Fi. And one of them was this install for my Celestia shirt. That I only have to fix now because the rest is done. It looks pretty cool, I like it. It's not perfect, it's not everything I dreamed it would be, but it's the cheapest version of that, so I'm fine with it. It needs fixing because I didn't fix it yet, because I didn't want to get my ironing station out, I just didn't want to. And if I do the jack set soon, I'm gonna need it out, so at least do everything at once. And I went grocery shopping, which is good because I did not want to go out. And yeah, and continued crocheting a lot. Yesterday I went out to another grocery shop to find ear thingies, you know, the Q-tip that I couldn't find at Lidl because I don't know why, but Lidl doesn't have Q-tips. That's fucked up. Anyway, I went there, I watered my plant, I commented. I'm going slow on the comments, but I'm commenting, and that's something. I crocheted, and then I changed my sheets and washed them. That has been a problem because my machine is still a little temperamental. It's been a bitch, so I have to be there and manually force it to empty its water. So that means I have to do it at night while I'm in the room, and so I have to hear it, and it's very annoying. And yeah, I wash my pillow, and then I wash the sheets. It was very annoying, but I did it, and that's already something. So on the thing that I planned to do, the phone company done, the jack set I didn't, edit a video I did not, the dishes I did, I didn't do palettes. I've been dealing with problems on that because first I've been in a pretty wicked mood sometimes. I wasn't really awake in good hours to do that and not piss off my neighbors so much. I'm mostly awake at night lately, so that's kind of a problem. Also, I've been in enough pain that I really didn't want to do it. I did comments. I only commented like 3 or 4 fakes yesterday because they took a while, but I did it. It's still something that I did. I wrote on my step. I want to finish it. I really want to. I went to fetch package. I crocheted a lot. I did the Celestia t-shirt. I printed all of that. I did not do the Newton shirt, but I wasn't in the mood to do it anyway, so I think it's just gonna be later, like really later. And changed my sheet and washed it. So overall, I could do worse. I started another week because I wanted to get my mind away from instead, so I just started a new thing because of course I did. And so next week I really want to undo some palettes because I want to move on with that. I want to finish my step for real. I want to finish my hood and finish the cape all together. It would be great. It would feel amazing. And so I could, you know, show it off if I ever go back to my old job to fetch more palettes, because it's a possibility if I keep breaking the planks of my palettes, I may need more palettes. So I know that my old job always have a lot hanging around and they don't use it, so maybe in like early fall I can just call them and ask if I can go fetch them some palettes, and I think they'll say yes. And I think I want to bring baked goods because it's fun and I want to do it. And I want to show off the clay plate because they were there when I started it, and I started it and crocheted during my lunchtime, so they were all very interested to what it will look like in the end, so I want to show off. So I want to finish it. I want to do the jack set. I've been watching a lot of thread video lately and now I know how to make that specific texture that I wanted to make, and that is by throwing in a washing machine, which is awesome because my washing machine is so compliant right now. Anyway, that means that I want to make the jack set, and I also want to make 2 different sets for the aesthetic for me to wear. So one redhead, so burnished orange, like a bit like that, one of my favorite colors, and another white for this winter that I want to photograph in a forest under the snow if it ever snows, with a white cloak, which is a bad idea in the first place because a white cloak is just a bad idea, especially to go into wet forest. Like, it's gonna stain in 2 seconds. So it's a bad idea, but the aesthetic in me just calls for it. But first, the jack set because I want to wear them for Halloween. And probably gonna have to do the dishes and comments. So yeah. Also, it's only the 2nd week of the month, but next week is gonna be Sleeping Beauty for the bullet journal, and it feels like it's gonna be a big month. So I probably should start right now, just trying to see what I could do. So maybe I'm gonna try. So in sewing, my objective of the month was finish this, do the Celestia patch, and do a skirt. And now that I know that I have the fabric to make the red and black vampire caping, maybe I'm gonna do that. That's not done. In writing, I want to finish Mr. Finish, in Made by Trello, make 1 more Malek fic and 3 Advent fics. So really, this week I need to write a lot. I wanted to do palettes, comments, edition of video. I wanted to do 2. I wanted to start painting, and I want to lower my fanfiction count to under 320. Truth is, I think I'm in a withdrawal of fic because I haven't read in like 5 days now, and I'm itching for it, and I think that's one of the things that is depressing me. So I should read too, but it's not very productive, is it? Anyway, we'll see you next week.